Welcome to Home Care, Doors Open, where we discuss licensing, operations, and scaling your home care business. Whether you're just opening your doors or looking to unlock new doors to growth and success, this podcast is for you. Let's begin.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Home Care Doors Open. This is Lucas Carroll with the Business of Senior Care. Super excited today. I have a really awesome guest on. We have Glenn Leingang, who is the Vice President of Franchise Development at Touching Hearts at Home. Welcome aboard, Glenn.
Hey, Lucas, it's an honor to be with you. So fired up just to join forces and talk home care, right?
Absolutely. I'm super excited to get your expertise and sort of your background and experiences in this home care space. You see a lot in your role and with a wonderful organization like Touching Hearts at Home. I'm curious, maybe just to get things started, if you would tell myself and the viewers a little bit about kind of your current role at Touching Hearts.
Yeah, it'd be my pleasure. So currently I serve as the Vice President of Franchise Development here at Touching Arts at Home. We are a home care company that begun a franchise 19 years ago. Our founder, Renee Peterson, is a stalwart in the industry. She's beloved by all. And although she's retired, her two sons, Ryan and Andrew, are with us at every single meeting. And that's important to keep our culture what it is, right? You know, it's one thing to talk about support, but I always tell folks support is in our DNA. And that comes from, Renee early on, right, laying the foundation, her two sons working in the industry for 18 and 20 years respectively. And then our CEO, Todd Tremmel, who has always, I've known for over a decade now, and has always believed in a franchisee first organization. So I have the opportunity to really just walk people through a process. We have a tremendous amount of people that are interested in becoming a business owner in our industry. And I always tell people, it's clear to see why you're interested in this industry. Ray Charles can see that it's a great industry from an economical standpoint, right? But, Lucas, this industry, as you very well know, we have the ability to not only, make certainly a lot of money from an economical standpoint, but also we have the ability to make a tremendous impact on people and communities. And that's really very important to us.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more on that. I see from our side as well so many people that are looking to get into home care, either in a franchise or individually to own and operate their own. And the demand is here. I remember for years and years in home care, they would say the demand is coming, and the demand is here. And it's really a unique time to be in home care. In your role, I'm curious, you see a lot of wonderful people that want to get interested, that want to get involved in the home care space. Where do people come from that you see, that you have conversations with prospects that are interested in or maybe owning and operating a franchise?
Yeah, great question. So we see people, Lucas, from truly all walks of life. Okay. Um, I would say the most important thing is it's important to remember that you do not, 99% of our franchisees had zero home care experience before they joined us. So it's fascinating. We train you and support you on every single aspect of the business. But in terms of specifically breaking it down, looking at it in terms of a persona, excuse me, I had to adjust the camera there.
You're good. You're
Uh,
good.
in terms of a persona, it's going to be somebody, generally speaking, between the age of 35 to 55, right? We want to see that they've led something before or managed people, okay? I want to hear from them that they are and I'm going to give you a little insight here, okay? If I don't hear passion from you in terms of something has moved you to call me and have this conversation, if all the questions are surrounded around how much money can I make, I've read somewhere that this is one of the fastest growing industries in franchising, so forth and so on. All is That's all fine and good, but we know our culture. We're serving people in the fourth quarter of their life, and we take it seriously. And one of our core values is a positive brand reputation. I am so excited to say that, and I believe the reason for this is because we're going into uh, business with the owners, right? That's what franchising is all about. And across our entire network, 84 locations, our Google score average is north of 4.5. So we must, the main thing about my job, it's not about, finding as many people as I possibly can that just want to own a business. It's about finding people that are leaders, that have a growth mindset, that have an ability to communicate, that desire to be an owner operator, and that are passionate about the people that we're serving and also the people that work for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, one of the things that you touched on there, just with your extensive experience in franchising, you've got to see franchising outside of the home care space.
Sure.
And I wonder if you wouldn't mind commenting on just this unique blend in home care where not only is it a great business model, I think, but also you're taking care of our seniors. You are providing a service that takes care of our most critical population, and it has a rewarding side to it. Can you comment on that a little bit versus outside of a home care franchising?
Yes. Look, I'm always a very straightforward person. And look, it's a great question. For me, I've worked at some tremendous, amazing franchise companies throughout my career, doing things at a high level, doing things the right way, a good job. I respect that. For me, I'm a person that needs purpose. So I'm pretty confident I could sell franchises for anyone in the country and do very well. I've been doing this for over 2 decades. But the purpose is I get now to award a business, okay, where I know I have, and this is selfishly, my little fingerprint on communities across America that I can look back and talk to my family about, or even just know inside my own heart, this isn't work for me. This is almost, um, I get to do this, is what I always tell the team. We get to do this. And I believe, with everything that's gone on in terms of, this better than anyone, Lucas, by the year 2030, every single baby boomer will be over the age of 65. This is one of the first, when that happens, this will be one of the first times, likely, I believe, in American history, where we will have more seniors 65 and older than folks that are 18 and younger. Okay. And so what that does is it creates a serious issue, because a good issue, but nevertheless an issue. So the demand for us is all there. That's going to be there for the next 2 to 3 decades. Okay, fine. But we also have to find caregivers and understand what they do and value them and support them. They are on the front lines, and really understanding the emotional toll that they go through in their everyday life when a client passes away, or so forth, and those type of things
Yeah,
happen.
yeah.
And so the biggest issue I see in our business today is not finding clients at all. It's finding and retaining caregivers.
Hmm. I couldn't agree more. I mean, that's what type of other industry franchise model is obtaining customers is not the main problem.
Yeah, well, that's exactly. I've never worked in an industry where the it's not an issue about marketing or finding clients. Truthfully, the issue is about hiring and retaining caregivers, and we're doing a great job at it. Certainly, this entire industry needs to continue to raise the bar and push our percentages higher in terms of retention. Okay. Um, but it's almost, Lucas, like I feel like I'm in this beautiful time, like for such a time as this, is if I may, but where, we've got a great industry, a 2 to 3 decade runway here. We have to find the right people. We have to grow in order to support. The demand far outstrips the supply. And so really what keeps me up at night is not, um, man, I have to award another franchise. No, it's I need to award a franchise to the right person so that we can radically change a community and turn it upside down by serving. And oh, by the way, if you do that, the rewards are all going to be there from a financial perspective. That's clear.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The types of individuals, you get a really good perspective for people that experience success in home care. So if you're, for our audience, it's a lot of individuals, whether they're looking for a franchise or independent, and they're thinking about home care, they're thinking about starting a business, and they're wondering, what are some keys to success? Do I need to have, worked at a home care agency before? Do I need to be a CPA so that I can understand the financial sides? Like, what do you see are some skills, some critical skills of people that experience success in owning their own home care agency?
Yeah, great question. First and foremost, I would tell you, and I may have already said this, so forgive me, listeners. I have a tendency to repeat myself, but 99% of all of our franchisees, and we have 84 locations now, had zero experience in the home care industry.
Hmm.
So we're going to train and support you. We have a tremendous operations team that has multiple decades of experience in the space. But what I have found in the most successful franchisees, and honestly, regardless of um, business, but we can use home care as an example. Follow the system. That's what you're buying. You're buying from us. We've got 19 years of a proven track record, and our franchisees, they couldn't be happier. And we tell folks, talk to any of our franchisees that you want. Ask them questions. We support our franchisees the right way. I don't lose any sleep at night. We've got great partners, great people. And I would tell anyone, if you have a heart for folks that are in the fourth quarter of their life, and if you ever thought about potentially starting a business, or perhaps you own a independent home care now, Lucas, I'm speaking to a person that owns 4 independent home cares in 3 different states that is considering, and by the way, they're doing a fantastic job. They want to bring their 4 companies to another level. And so we're in talks right now. Again, I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but we're in talks right now about perhaps them joining us so that they can get, let's say they're a $2 million company now in revenue. Perhaps they want to get to the 3.5, 4. I mean, we have a franchisee that did just under 6 million in revenue in one territory last year. So it's all there. And I would love to speak with anyone. If you're out there and you have an independent company and you just want to see what we can bring to the table, happy to talk and discuss it with you.
Absolutely. I'm so glad you mentioned that Glenn, that point, the power of the network. And you could probably speak to that as you're buying into an amazing brand, but you also, in addition, you also have access to franchise owners across the country who are, they're doing it and they're having success, and people are trying different things and doing different things, and they're doing it different ways. Like you get into a network where you can just, you can see them at conference. I got the opportunity to attend the Touching Hearts
Yes.
at Home conference in Nashville, which was amazing and high energy. But people were there. Hey, what about this? Hey, what are you guys doing for that? What are you doing for recruiting? What's the latest for generating more leads? How are you doing with referral providers? Like, you get access to all of that as part of the network, which I think is really a huge part of joining a brand like that.
Yes, and you picked up on that. And by the way, thank you on behalf of all of us for coming out and supporting our conference. I know I was very grateful that you were there along with our entire team. So thank you.
Yeah.
Um, you know, one of the toughest parts of my job is trying to, and I'm very upfront about this. I'm going to tell you some things about our culture, but I always tell folks, these are just words, okay? Anyone can put a sign on a wall that says, support as a core value or whatever the case may be. Anyone can say they support. I always tell folks, we have a tremendous culture, but I tell them this at the very beginning. But every person that you talk to, every owner, every person at our confirmation day, our entire leadership team, from CEO to the owners to our vice president of operations to our, marketing, so forth. I always taste and see if what I'm telling you about our culture resonates with you, if it's true, because I know it is, and the culture piece of what we do is vital to our success, and so we always have to protect it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, the last sort of question, Glenn, I was thinking, getting your perspective on is kind of what the future holds, what you think with your crystal ball for for Touching Hearts and then the home care industry over the next few years. You guys are experiencing a great amount of growth, in large part to your role and your efforts. What do you see? Like, what do you see for your network? What do you see for home care? How is it going to be different? How's it going to be the same as we move forward?
Yeah, great question. And I would say what I see is I've already seen it, but I'm just seeing it continue to grow in a very healthy manner with bringing on the right partners. I see us again turning upside down, one at a time, two at a time, three at a time, whatever the case may be. Okay. And I think we have to celebrate every single win. Every new place we go into, we know that seniors are going to be taken care of the right way. And then so I don't ever want to miss that part of it, because a lot of times in my career I just go on to the next thing. But I have to remind myself of purpose. Why am I doing this? It's not about money. I mean, obviously I have to make money, but it's about serving folks and finding the right partners to get them in our industry and in our space. In terms of what I see for the future, and you're correct, I do not have a crystal ball, but here's what the macroeconomics tell us. Okay, every day in America 10,000 individuals turn the age of 65. Every By the year 2030, this industry is expected to grow by 34% from where it stands today. There is no question, whether you're rural or in major metropolis. Okay, the fact is, there are seniors that need to be taken care of, and there are so many great companies that are doing a great job, just like us at Touching Hearts at Home. But we have to get into every single community in America to serve, and I see that happening. I do. Um, but the challenging part of that is continuing to retain and recruit and care for and lead the caregivers. Okay. And last thing I'll say to every owner that's out there, whether you own an independent, you're part of a franchise, whatever the case may be, celebrate those caregivers. They are the lifeblood of our industry. And they just get me fired up, because this is what franchising is all about. We get to multiply how many people we're able to serve. And I couldn't be at a better place at a right time for such a time as this.
Perfect. Thanks, Glenn. That's a perfect place to stop for today. I want to thank you for taking your time to share your wisdom and expertise with our viewers and visiting with me. Just giving us a glimpse into what you're seeing from the Touching Hearts at Home and your role is greatly appreciated.
Lucas, it's an honor. Thank you for all you do for this industry.
If you found this conversation valuable, please leave a review on your favorite podcast platform. Also, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Business of Senior Care. We'll see you next time on Home Care. Doors open.